Tomorrow is gonna be the NBA playing tournament in the playoffs, and I'm gonna be predicting it. This is the third prediction video. Last two I'll be linking in the description. So the standings: Sixers get the first seed, second seed Nets, third seed Bucks, fourth seed Knicks, fifth seed Hawks, sixth seed Heat, seventh seed Celtics, eighth seed Wizards, ninth seed Pacers, 10th seed Hornets, and the rest did not make the playoffs or play in tournament. That's for the East. For the West, we have first seed Jazz, second seed Suns, third seed Nuggets, fourth seed Clippers, fifth seed Mavs, sixth seed Blazers, seventh seed Lakers, eighth seed Warriors, ninth seed Grizzlies, and 10th seed Spurs. The rest did not make the playoffs. So, a little blurry, but here are the teams. I had to change the logos because they messed it up, or I believe it was before yesterday, which was the last of the regular season. So yeah, here are my predictions for the play-in. We will have the Lakers being the 7th seed, beating the Warriors in the 7-8 game. That is on the 19th, I believe. The day is 19th. And the other one is that the Grizzlies will win the Spurs and go on versus the Warriors. So for that team, I think the Warriors will win because Stephen Curry has been very good MVP candidate. For the East, we have Washington winning the Celtics. Celtics do not have Jaylen Brown anymore. Kemba Walker is shaky. And Jason Tatum, although he's good, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal have been on a tear the past few months, going 17-6 the past 23 games. Before that, going 17-32. Celtics going there. And the Hornets winning the Pacers. So, upset because LaMelo, Miles Bridges, all of them, I think, can beat the Pacers. Finally, the Celtics get the AFC because they are better. They still have like one star and one like player that is kind of a star, Kemba Walker, and very good role players. While Hornets are deep, they're younger, don't have much experience. Now let's go into the NBA playoff bracket. I have the Jazz winning the Warriors in 5 or 6 because the Warriors do not have much depth with Klay Thompson out. Jazz have a lot of depth and are one of the best shooting teams and defense. The Clippers winning the Mavs in 6 rematch, but this time both teams, the Clippers gotten better, Mavericks gotten like around the same. So yeah. Lakers or Suns. I can see it go both ways, but I'm just gonna choose Lakers for this one because Devin Booker, they haven't went to the playoffs before besides CP3, and the Lakers are defending champs. So yeah. And finally, for the last series, I had the Blazers winning the Nuggets, another upset. Nuggets, they would have won if they had Jamal Murray, but they don't. And although Michael Porter Jr. has been very good, Aaron Gordon also, Jamal Murray was their best player in the playoffs, at least the first 2 rounds, and they also lost a few of their good defenders. I mean, Jeremy Grant, but even though Aaron Gordon's there. Blazers, Damian Lillard has been very good in the playoffs, the past few playoffs, especially 2019. Next, we have the Clippers winning the Jazz in 7 or 6, because the Jazz do not have a superstar yet, but the Clippers have one, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi also in the playoffs, not last year, but 2019 and the other years, he's shown up, done very good on defense and offense. And PG just has to do good for the Clippers to win. They also got Rondo to guide the offense. And we have the Lakers winning the Blazers. Rematch from last year, and we know what happened last year. So yeah, the same result will happen. Lakers in 6. Next we have the East. We'll have, never mind, the Clippers winning the Lakers, because they the Lakers are still rusty while the Clippers are on a tear, besides the last few games where they tanked. The Lakers still rusty. LeBron James got ankle injury like every game he played. He just got one yesterday, but he says he's fine. AD, they're all struggling with injuries. So I think that the Lakers will lose in 7. Battle of LA though. Next we have the East. We have the 76ers winning the Boston Celtics in 6 or 5. Boston though have Jaylen Brown, one of their better defenders. So I don't know who will guard Embiid either, because like Boston doesn't really have many good bigs. So I think 76ers will easily win this. Next we have the Knicks vs Hawks. Knicks will win. Tom Thibodeau has been a great coach. Julius Randle has been very good. They also have Derrick Rose, who has been playing in the playoffs for the past few years. Both teams are young, but Knicks have a little bit more playoff experience with more veterans, while the Hawks, they do have some veterans, but I still believe that the Knicks will win. Next we have the Brooklyn Nets vs Wizards. Wizards will lose this in 5 or 6. Although it's Russ, KD, Harden, which is like a very good matchup, and many people have been talking about it. Brooklyn will win. Super team is now fully healthy, except Joe Harris, who's out. And finally, we have the Bucks winning in 7. He has caused a lot of. Last year, they did cause a lot of problems for the Bucks, and the Bucks lost in 5. But now, with Giannis healthy, they added some more depth. And Drew Holiday, I believe they can do it. 76ers winning the Knicks. Knicks do not have much experience in the playoffs, while the Sixers do have a lot. And also, Joel Embiid, MVP candidate. Do not know who will guard him. Maybe Julius Randle, but still. The Sixers have too much weapons. Next we have the Brooklyn Nets beating the Bucks in 6. Although the Bucks have a very good team, they still never do well in the playoffs and go to the finals. Brooklyn has a super team. Although Brooklyn might not be able to guard Giannis, they still have 3 superstars who can make their offense up for their defense. Finally, we have the Nets winning the Sixers in 6, because the Nets, crazy team, they have too many weapons to guard for Sixers to guard. Even though Sixers have Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Danny Green, and some good defenders, I believe Brooklyn can get out with their offense, and they're just like too good of a super team. And I have them as the champions, beating the LA Clippers in 6, because the Brooklyn Nets, if they don't win the champions, then they're very, very, they underachieve a lot, and they also will be made fun of a ton. So, and they're too talented to not win. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're out.